find a block, hire a builder, flip the end result. Easy, right? Anyone can hire a builder. Not everyone can see what isn't there yet. Some days you're deep in spreadsheets, other days you're wrangling planners or chasing consultants who ghosted you for a week. You're the one that the project relies on and the one who cops it when things go sideways, because let's be honest, they will go sideways. You don't need to know it all, but you need to guide the people who do. You need to rally your team. You need to sell your vision. You need to excite your people. You need to excite your team, the marketing agents, the sales agents, the banks, everyone. Do you ever look at a plain empty block of land and feel something? Not just a place to build, but a responsibility. Something other people walk past without a second thought, but to you, it's got shape, potential, maybe even legacy. That's the spark. That's when you know you're not just thinking like an investor, you're thinking like a developer. Welcome back to the Property Development Unpacked show. I'm Gozz. And today we're not talking about DAs or drainage reports. We're talking about who you become when you step into the developer role. Look, because being a developer is less about building and it's more about becoming. Most people think developers are just glorified middlemen, find a block, hire a builder, flip the end result. Easy, right? But let's get real. Anyone can hire a builder. Not everyone can see what isn't there yet. Back it with money, rally a team, navigate red tape, risk, rising cost, and still bring the vision to life without getting buried under it. That's not a delegation, that is leadership. Here's how I see it. A property developer is part visionary and part poker player, part orchestra conductor. You're reading the future and you're making calculated bets and getting a dozen moving pieces to play in harmony. Some days you're deep in spreadsheets, other days you're wrangling planners or chasing consultants who ghosted you for a week. Now look, you don't have to be the best at everything, but you do have to hold the whole thing together. You're the one that the project relies on and the one who cops it when things go sideways. Because let's be honest, they will go sideways. That's just development. Here's what separates developers from everyone else in property game. Builders follow blueprints. Investors buy what already exists. Developers, we create from scratch. We work with uncertainty. We walk into chaos and we bring order. Think about it like this. Investors buy chessboards and developers design the whole damn game. And in a country like Australia, where planning systems are like a labyrinth wrapped in a riddle, being a developer means learning how to play urban chess with council, with codes, with community expectations. It's a manifest for the unprepared. But for those who can play the long game, it's a goldmine. So now let's talk about the payoff. Because yes, it is hard, but it's also one of the most powerful wealth creation vehicles you'll ever find. Here's how developers get paid. You manufacture margin, you buy land, you build something smarter, better, more valuable. The gap between cost and market value, that's yours. You made it out of a thin air. Or you unlock equity by subdividing a site, turn one title into three, boom, value created before a single brick is laid. Or you build and hold, create high quality assets, hold them, cash flow, depreciation, capital growth, tax benefit, long-term legacy. That's the long-term play. You're not chasing coin flips, you're building engines. But let me say this, none of that happens unless you develop yourself first. And in my view here, the 5 skills I believe every developer needs to build. Number 1, vision, the ability to see what others cannot. Number 2, decisiveness. Clarity in the fog. Number 3, risk management. Not fearlessness, but strategy. Number 4, team leadership. You don't need to know it all, but you need to guide the people who do. You need to rally your team. You need to sell your vision. You need to excite your people. You need to excite your team, the marketing agents, the sales agents, the banks, everyone. Having that clear vision and being able to communicate it and rally and excite everyone is a trait that's very much appreciated in this game. Commercial awareness. Because if you don't know the numbers, you don't know the game, and no, you don't need to have it all today. You just need to commit to becoming the driver, not the passenger, not the bystander. Because in this game, the passenger gets paid last. So let me leave you with something practical. If this episode has made something click, don't just nod and move on. Do this now before the next email or distraction hits. Write down your top 3 strengths you already bring to the table. Pick one skill you need to build next and name the first step you'll take to start. And choose your developer identity. Is it a margin maker? Is it an equity builder or long-term holder game? Say it, own it, and build around it. Because here's the truth. Property development isn't for the faint-hearted. It will test you. It will stretch you. It'll force you to grow. But if you are someone who is willing to see what others don't, to back yourself and no one else will, and to lead when things get messy, then this game is built for you. So if this episode lit something up in you, please subscribe to the Property Development Unpacked show, where we break this stuff down every week. Real strategies, real framework, and real talk to people who actually want to build something that lasts. You can find us on Spotify and YouTube. And until next time, life is exactly what you dare to make it, and fortune favors the bold.